All right, here we go. Sunday edition of the Who You Got podcast. We're here so Jimmy can explain himself for last night. Jimmy, what happened?
I mean, nothing to explain. We're never going to get them all right. But my God, we got Drew Dober right.
We did.
We went that route. But Charles Oliveira, just a beast at 155. It's unbelievable that the guy fought at 145 for a long time when you look how big he looks. But Max just couldn't get anything going. Credit to Max for taking it the distance and not getting finished. It looked like in the first round he was going to get finished. You heard if you were listening to Joe Rogan speak, for anybody who's watching, it's kind of common knowledge. It's easier to submit people early because they're not all slippery yet. You can really get a hold of them, grab them, twist them. And he looked like he was in a bad spot because Oliveira is top notch. He submitted some really tough fighters. So if you're Max, I don't know. He yelled at the end of it, and he's coming back. This isn't it, and good because we want to keep watching him fight. I don't really know what you take away from that and how you think you're gonna get better. It reminds me of O'Malley losing to Marab. He came back. Theoretically, he was hurt, but it's just the same thing where I'm just dragging him to the ground and could strong enough to hold him there. So, did you watch the fight, Ryan?
Oh yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah.
That guy is a monster grappler, no question about it. Couldn't stop the single. Got in there once his hands were on him, he just put him down. And even the one time Max ended up on top, he was reversed in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Quality.
No, I mean, Max is a volume striker. I mean, that's his game. He stays on the feet and does right. And I know that some of the crowd was getting on their case, but from a purist perspective, that's if you can hold a grown man down for 20 minutes and win a fight, then that's what you do, right?
And you can survive 20 minutes on the ground without getting submitted.
Yeah,
it's also the other side of that coin.
Yeah, Rogan had an interesting point, not on this cast, but at some point, I might have been on one of his podcasts I was listening to, but he doesn't think that they should stand him up to start each round. You're giving
I agree.
Yeah, you're giving an advantage. They should start him right back in round 2, same position you were in.
In real life, you got to get up.
Yep.
You can take the breaks so that they're higher quality, you get more resting. That's fine, but you should reset their position. They do that occasionally anyway. Something goes on and doctor wants to check them. They put them right back in the same position. There's no reason you can't do that.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, Ryan. They used to do that a lot. That used to happen when ground and pound was a bigger thing. They'd stop them. They'd have a doctor check them, make sure they were good. Then they'd put them right back in the same position. You don't see nearly as much ground and pound anymore. Mostly because people have got way better at defending, right? So the jiu-jitsu guys are going for submissions. But most people, if you get in their guard, unless you're just really bad off your back, you don't just get hammered out. So no more the Tito Ortiz just.
Could you see this being a rematch?
I don't
see why either one would take it.
Yeah, I don't like. It's a good question, Greg. I don't think so. It was for the BMF belt, so they'll probably find someone else for Oliveira to fight. But I would think they both want to continue their climb. I mean, that would be my guess. Take the next higher ranked fighter or whoever they can get to. The problem is Oliveira got knocked out by Topuria. So does everybody, right? After the belt was vacated. And I'm sure we'll talk about it in a minute, the White House card that was announced. But I would think he would want a shot at the belt again because he was the champ for quite a while at 145.
Before we get to the White House thing, next week, is there anything going on? Anything we got to look at? I know we'll pick them on Thursday, but anything like you're excited about for next Saturday?
Not extremely. It's a pretty pedestrian card. Josh Emmett is the lead fight. Josh Emmett's a really tough guy. He's been around for a while. He's one of the only guys that has gone to a decision. Ilia Topuria is 17-0. He's has 15 finishes. Josh Emmett's one of the guys that survived to the end of the fight. So, I mean, he's a tough dude, but he's coming off of two straight losses. So he's certainly going to be the dog in this one. I haven't even checked the numbers yet. So yeah, I'd like to see Kevin Vallejo's fight because I've never watched him fight. I'll try to go back and watch a couple before Thursday. But otherwise, it's not extremely exciting. I'm sure there's someone out there that's pissed that I'm saying that has a guy down the card but for your average fan, there's certainly not a ton of excitement there.
Now let's get to the White House. Go ahead. Give us a little of what you're excited about.
Yeah, I'm. So it's other. There's a lot of mixed reaction from fighters, like online, like, oh, that's it, or this is that. It's really it's a good card from top to bottom. I think a lot of people are disappointed because they thought John Jones had a chance to be on this card. He's not, obviously. But we'll get full breakdown when we get there. But Diego Lopez, Steve Garcia to kick it off. That's a hell of a fight. Diego Lopez, his only recent losses were both to Volkanovski for the belt. Steve Garcia has been knocking everybody out. He's going to walk forward, try to track you down. He knocked out David Onama just last fight, and I didn't think that he could do it. he did it in convincing fashion. So that's a fantastic fight. Bo Nickel. This one's interesting because Kyle Dukas is also on another card, and he's still listed on another card. So I don't know how he's fighting on this card and that card. I'm assuming they just haven't pulled him off the other one yet. Bo Nickel's 8-1. That should be an exciting fight. We've got a fighting nerd and Mauricio Ruffy fighting Michael Chandler. Chandler's the only head scratcher. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. He's a guy that everybody said was one of the better, more exciting strikers when he came into this division in the UFC, and all he's done is win one fight and get beat by just about everybody. So I'm not quite sure about that one. Then you get O'Malley's a hobby that sells itself. You get Alex Pereira. This is the big one. He vacated his light heavyweight belt, moving up to fight Cyril Gahn for the championship. That's the only fight not involving an American on the White House lawn, but it should be crazy. Cyril Gahn is huge. He's 200. He fights close to 250. Alex Pereira's moving up. He fought at 185. He would be the first 3-division champ ever if he wins this fight. And finally, Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. What a fight. The only sad part is I don't know how much of a dog Gaethje's going to be, but it's going to be considerable. He's fighting 17-0 Ilia Topuria. Like I said, he's only lost 2 fights. He's knocking everybody out. If you look at his early fights, he's subbed everybody, so he can beat you any way it comes. I would love nothing more than Gaethje to go out there, give him his first loss, because we love him. But that's a tough one. That's going to be real difficult.
What happened with McGregor? I thought he was coming back for this.
I have no idea what happened. I know they wanted him to come back. The problem is McGregor is just not that good anymore. He wasn't that good when he was still fighting at the end. He had an insane run, and you can't take it away from him. He beat Max Holloway back in the day. He beat a lot of these guys, but it was almost like he just caught fire, and he had absolute dynamite in his left, and he got in people's heads. But he was never that great all around. Nate Diaz proved it. If you can get by that first round and pass that left, Nate Diaz fucked him up, and I had Diaz in that as a dog in that. That was a long, long time ago. But I'm glad Connor's not on it. I mean, he would have been great to promote it, but he probably wouldn't have been great to actually fight.
Yeah, he wasn't fun towards the end. You know,
No,
all those big money fights that weren't really great. You know, it wasn't. And he got fucked up, to Jimmy's point, a couple of times pretty badly.
Yeah, but if you parade him out to fight a bottom third fighter right now that he has a chance against, even at his age, you're getting another conservatively 10 million people to the set.
Maybe.
Yeah, and he would promote the living shit out of it. I mean, he would, yeah.
And you don't make him the main event. You make him you make him the lead in to the main event, because then you're going to get everyone to stay.
No, yeah, you're not.
That's what I would have done if I was putting this card together. But maybe, you know what? Maybe the guys just physically can't do it. He said no.
I don't know, man. I think
does he need to do it? I mean, he was getting some pretty big paychecks there for a bit.
He's got an enormous ego, so to be on this card, you would think
True.
he would say yes all the time. He would just say yes, no brainer, because he wants to be a part of it. But maybe just physically, they said, "Hey, you know what? I'm not going to put this guy in this situation."
Maybe
it's possible. I mean, let me go. Here's Connor's last 2 fights. He lost to Dustin Poirier twice, and that's the real problem. Is Poirier was really good. Poirier wasn't an all-time great. So there's no problem with him getting his ass kicked by Khabib, because Khabib retired undefeated and just wrestled him to death. The Diaz fight was a good. He came back and avenged that and won it. He won a majority decision. It wasn't unanimous. And then, but he lost Poirier. He got knocked out, and then there was a doctor stoppage. Those were his last 2 fights, and that was 2021. I mean, how old is he now?
He's got to be what, 40?
I think
He's not 40.
37.
37.
37. Yeah, he'll be 38 in July.
Yeah, dust him off one more time there, Connor.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to get back and fight, he's got to do it sooner than later. Like I said, he had a really, really, really good run for a while there. He beat Max by decision, but then he knocked out just a crew of people, including Dustin Poirier, before he came back and lost to him multiple times. Like I said, he just had an incredible run.
As much as everyone loves to hate him too, including myself, because he's such an egomaniac, I mean, he did a great job marketing himself too.
I know.
He's one of the few guys that who knows what he actually made on the side. And like you said, he probably wants to still participate just from an ego point of view, but he must have made a lot of money.
Yeah, he made the mid-2000 teens. He brought the UFC to the national spotlight again.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I know it's crazy to say, but maybe he's Triple H's answer, and maybe that's what the WWE needs, is someone like him to.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's 38. They need to find someone in their like we were talking about last show. They need to find someone in their early 30s. The next John Cena, or that product's going to be dead.
Well, yeah, no, you're probably right. I'll tell you too, like I said, the little bit of a head scratcher. I don't know Vallejos, and I probably should for this next week card. I'm gonna do some more research. Maybe that's one of the guys that just haven't done. But after that, you've got 2 weeks in a row where you've got really good fights. Lerone Murphy is fighting, and then another one I always mispronounce, Evlov, I believe. And then Adesanya is fighting Pfeiffer. Let's watch out for the number on that because everybody dislikes Joe Pfeiffer, or a lot of people do. He's kind of an asshole too. So I think, and I don't think he is actually. I think he's actually a great interview, but I think a lot of money is going to pour in on Adesanya because of that. Then you've got Moicano and Duncan. Then you go into Prochazka. I mean, there's just great fights. On May 2nd, our boy Carlos Prates goes to Australia to fight Jake Della Maddalena in his Jack Della Maddalena in his home country. So there's some really good stuff on the horizon. We'll at least have a fight. If not a full card to break down, we'll have a fight or two to talk about.
All right, PGA. I gotta say, unfortunately, this one really blew a tire on this one. At least Fitzpatrick made the cut, even though it's a smaller cut, so we'll get some money in our one and done. But Fitzpatrick did not play well today. He had a chance to maybe move up into that top 15, top 10, but played awful today. He's on his last couple holes. So again, you can't win the one and done tournaments in the first third, but you can lose them. We haven't shot ourselves out of it. Every golfer we've picked has made the cut, and we got a lot of top 20s. But Jimmy, we got to get a win either at the Players, the next one, or the Masters, so we can spring back into the top, 400 and be right there with a chance. So we got to come to play, boys, for the Players next week. What do you think? I mean, Rory withdrew in this one, which helped us, by the way, because a lot of people burnt Rory on this tournament. He withdrew with back spasms, so I don't love him to come back over the top with him next week in the Players, where he usually plays well. Again, I can't pull the trigger on Scotty plus 305 in the Players, and I don't even want to. I don't even want to burn him yet in the one and done. I think I want to burn him in a major at some point. Any thoughts for next week? Any feel on the Players? Anywhere you boys think we should go?
I definitely avoid Rory. Like I said, I don't chance he comes back from spasms, wins it 2 years in a row.
I'm with you. I can't do it. Not a plus 3.
We keep saying that though. And he's
I
got to
know.
win one of these.
He's going to win one, but I'm not ready to burn him yet in the one and done. I want to use him in a major because I know he's going to get top 5s in a couple majors, if not win 1 or 2 more.
Right.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So I like him in the Masters, US or PGA. I don't like him in the British. Next week, I don't know. He played well this week. Maybe he's figuring things out. Maybe we go back to Ludwig. We haven't burned him yet. Maybe next week is where we burn him. He's 11 under today. He's got a shot still to win this week. I don't think he'll go back to back if he does. No, Cameron Young. Ryan, you're supposed to update me. Young birdied 9, so he's only 3 back. I got a feeling Berger's going to leak some oil on the back 9. So I think this
is going for one now. No,
I think this tournament is far from over. As a matter of fact, I think Ludwig, Colin, or Cameron Young winds up winning this tournament. Sorry, Berger.
Morikawa is -9 on the back 9 this week.
Yeah. The only thing with Colin is, do you really think he's going back to back? He won last week.
I don't know. That's what I bet. So I guess I do.
So I don't know, man. Maybe Ludwig is our pick next week, Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's really convincing. I feel good about it.
Yeah,
now.
you did not sound sold on that at all. It's like
John Rahm. John Rahm just won over and lived, didn't he?
Yeah. He's eligible for the Players?
I thought he was. Maybe he's not.
He's coming for the Masters, but I don't think he's eligible for the Players.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at the wrong odds.
Yeah, you're looking at the Masters, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Ludwig here for. Jeez, he's waiting on the board. Ludwig, his course history at the at the Players was he had some issues last year, as we all know. He missed the cut last year, but in 2024 he was 8th. I like that. Let me see. The other one I'm looking at is, I don't know, man. Hovland is he runs so hot and cold.
Yeah.
We'll have to look into this a little deeper. We could go Fleetwood. We still have him. We got her up and down still in one of them.
Like somebody that is always there. Justin Rose pulls one out.
I don't hate Xander, but who knows? I don't. We'll update that. I'll tell you who we're not taking is Justin Thomas. Nice week, my friend. Nice week. Did you see him, Jimmy?
I didn't. I've not paid much attention to the golf this weekend.
You might have been able to beat him. He went 79 plus 14. Thanks for flying out, Justin. Actually, Good news for him is he probably didn't have to fly out. He probably drove there. No, what am I talking about? He's a gazillionaire. He flew there, but God, that is, not good.
Not
good. And then, unfortunately, JD's kid leaked some oil today. He was right there with a chance, but he went way back down the leaderboard today. So, we'll update. Unfortunately, the tournament will start, but we'll update y'all on Thursday on who we took on our 1-on-1. Maybe you can take on our one and done. I mean, you can take them in the live betting. Right now, looking at the board, though, I think I'm leaning to Ludwig at 30-1. I think he's got nice value. And then Jimmy always likes Bobby Mack. Bobby Mack, 40-1, caught my eye. We already burnt Rose, so we can't use him, but he's 36-1.
Oh.
All right. Road to the Derby update. So I'm going to give some horse racing advice, Ryan. Cue the wife up at the 17-minute mark.
Got it.
Our horse in the Tampa Bay Derby came in third. So if you bet the 20, you got your money back. You got $20 free bet to keep going and rolling. So he came in third. What scared me there was he was bet way down. The public was all over the 9, the Chad Brown horse. Came in third. And when you watch horse racing, I'll tell you a tip as you're watching this. When they come down the stretch, if you see the jockey trying to turn the horse's head because the horse is veering like this, he can't control him. So he's trying to steer him straight, and that probably what's cost the 9 the race. Couldn't get him to run straight most of that race. Now I'm going to give a little tip on Santa Anita. So on this show Friday, I told you I was going to roll with the 2 as a long shot. Normally what I do in that spot when the Baffert has a huge favorite horse, I usually take the stablemate. I told you I wasn't feeling the 5. But here's why it's hard to predict a horse race until right before the race. You got to get the paddock reports. You got to hear what people are saying. They said the 2 didn't look good. It wasn't catching anyone's eye in the paddock. Didn't warm up well. So I threw $10 on him because I liked him, but he floated all the way up to 24-1. So I stuck with my old system for my $20 bet. And the 5, once again, the stablemate for Badford beat his favorite 5-1. And we got, if you took him, congratulations, we got 8-1 on him. So it was a nice hit.
Good job.
But that's why it's hard to, you always got to double check the day of. I try not to bet anything before, the race actually gets in, before post time. You know what I mean? Like when that race is now the race up. Listen to what paddock reports, listen to what the reporters are saying on FanDuel Racing. They'll give you some good tips and listen to them. They might tell you a horse doesn't look good in the paddock. He didn't warm up well. They don't like what they're seeing. They're normally pretty right. And they were spot on with the 2 because the 2 came in second to last. So that saved me there. But you know me, I'm stubborn, so I had to still put $10 on him because if the 2 won and I didn't have them at 24-1, I would have been pretty upset. So we'll give you some more Derby races next week as we continue the road to the Derby. All right. It's been about a month since we went over it. Jimmy's going to hate me, but at least he doesn't yell at me anymore like he did after our first show ever. I'm excited to tell him we're going to talk about this. We haven't really talked about baseball in a while, and I'm just curious, kind of more the futures than anything else. If anything catches your eye. Let's see. Go to the divisions. So I still think the AL East obviously is going to be the most competitive by far. Yankees plus 180. People love that because they're plus money. Jays 250, Sox 320, O's 425. Rays, you have no shot. We're not going to talk about you. Jimmy, you still like the Yanks plus 180? You still think they're the regular season team that we all got to worry about?
Yeah, I mean, yes is my short answer.
Okay.
I think they can. I think that they can collapse as well. But I would avoid this bet. But I would take the Yanks.
Ryan, are you Jays here? You like them plus 250? I'm gonna tell you why I don't like the Jays in a minute, but tell me why you do like them.
This is Twin what? Sorry, kid called me real quick.
Sorry, the AL East.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to bet them. They seem to really be improving, you know. And I don't remember the specific moves, but I know they made a couple moves that improved them this year.
The best player now plays for Jimmy.
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you what. I can't believe no one's going to be surprised I'm saying it. The best value is the Sox plus 320 because they are head and shoulders the best in the division when it comes to the pitching. Because I don't trust the Yankees starting rotation at all. I know Jimmy talked about them dusting off Garrett Cole or whatever the hell he was talking about. I can tell you that's not going to go well. Sox have the best rotation. So you're going to give me 320. If they can get the offense going somehow, and they will because they play at Fenway Park where me and you and we could all hit 300. I like the Sox plus 320. I know. Don't bet it. Just let me be clear. Don't bet it. But
it's crazy, man. I've got up World Series winner odds. Dude, the fact that the Dodgers are plus between 225 and plus 300 to win is just insane. And then the Yankees are at plus 1,000, but they've got so many fans. I think that's skewed.
You ready for my
Probably.
March 8th hot take.
Go to
Not
town.
only do the Dodgers not win the World Series, they don't make the NLCS. This is the year they stub their toe in the playoffs. Happens to everybody. This is baseball, folks. In baseball, crazy stuff happens. It's very, very hard to keep winning in baseball. Something will happen this year. The Dodgers, they'll make the playoffs probably. They will not be in the NLCS. All right. You like the Tigers with Skubal, plus 110? I mean, they have the best pitcher in baseball. Royals sit behind them at plus 225, and then Jimmy's pseudo team, the Guardians, plus 420. I can't believe they call them the Guardians. The Indians at plus 425.
Yeah, I mean, did you see they went to arbitration with Skubal? I mean, I don't think it's going to affect how he performs on the field, but it was an odd thing. Like, they put the number so far down that the judge, it's not an either or when they go to arbitration. They either get what he asked for or what they offered. The judge doesn't have the opportunity to go in between, and they offered him such a stupid low number that it was like, well, if it's one or the other, we're giving him the real number.
He's the fucking best pitcher in baseball. It's not even close.
But I don't think that's going to. It does give me a weird feel for him going into the season. I mean, you're fighting with the people that are paying you like that, but
yeah. But so when people say that, I get what you're saying, but having the opportunity to know a few professional athletes in my lifetime and talk with them, there's the front office component where you can be frustrated, but you're never going to be frustrated to win because of your teammates in that bond. So I don't think he's going to go out there pitching like fuck the Tigers. I hate this front office. He'll be thinking of those other 8 guys on the field.
Right. Well, it would also cost him more money in free agency at some point, probably. Right. So I don't think he will either. It does feel weird, but when people are in that hot of a debate or there's a fight going on. But no, I think the Tigers probably win the division. The Twins had a fire sale last year with everybody. They could basically not field a team
9-1
of professional baseball players.
Right. I know.
Yeah. The White Sox are no good. I mean, the Royals, I certainly wouldn't bet the Royals plus 225. So it comes down to the Guardians of the Tigers.
I don't hate them plus 225, but that's because I'm a fucking Bobby Witt guy. I don't know why, but I am.
Yeah. I'd probably bet the Tigers.
By the way, at some point, let me just put a disclaimer out there for the Who You Got podcast. We're going to say a player that's not on the actual team because there's so many moves in the offseason we don't pay attention to because of football. That we'll probably misspeak a few times till we get till, June, July, and actually follow baseball.
Yeah, so there's nothing else to watch, and baseball is on deck.
I don't like the AL West odds. You like even money on the Mariners with the big dumper? I mean, I'd rather take the Rangers plus 340. Jesus, maybe I'll take a flyer on the A's 13-1.
I mean, Seattle was really good last year. Let's see. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I mean, to your point, we haven't paid close enough attention. Rangers were right there. Houston always retools or re-ups and comes back. I think it's too competitive probably to take the Mariners.
Yeah, I mean, look, we'll change our pick 19 times before opening day. But let's run down the NL real quick. You like your Mets plus 150. I love how this division's always stacked up.
Yeah. Mets
150, Phillies 180, Braves 225. I think you got to throw the Phillies out. I think it's either Mets or Braves, in my opinion. I'm not taking the Phils plus 180. I don't trust them.
I agree on paper, and that's why obviously the odds, but I think the Mets should be bigger favorites but the Mets are the Mets, and they find a way to completely tank.
At some
point
my
in the season.
problem. Yeah. I can't tell you how much I want to bet the Mets plus 150, but I can't tell you how many times in the last decade I've made a future play on the Mets, and they've screwed me.
Yeah,
you got to go Phillies or Braves here. One of the two.
Jimmy, honestly, we should drive down to FanDuel with cash, forget our account, and put a substantial amount of money on the Mets to win the East. Because plus 150 is a gift. If nobody gets hurt, they're winning the East.
If nobody gets hurt, look, I think Bobichette was a big deal. Peralta is a big deal. And can McClain continue to pitch like he did when he was a rookie? Can Peterson, Senga, Minaya, two of those three or one of those three turn into a starting pitch? Because really, their pitching was god awful. They were calling people up at the end of the year when they were in a pennant race, when you typically don't call people up and give them a shot because their starting pitching was so bad. So let's see how their farm system call-ups from last year look. They've got two of them still on the squad, 2 or 3. And then, hopefully between the three I named, Minaya and Peterson and Senga, one of them can remember how to throw a baseball across the plate. I don't know.
we'll see what you say about the Central in a minute, but when we fire up our account, either later today or tomorrow, finally, the Who You Got account will be back in action. We got put out of commission in football season. I'll take the hit. Probably my fault, not Jimmy's, because, I got frustrated with Jimmy's $25 losers, so I had to make a big play to try to get it back all at once. Not smart, and we lost.
Yep.
But Jimmy's $25 plays were annoying me, and I couldn't take it anymore because we kept losing, leaking oil. So I said, you know what? We're going to shove them all in. Didn't go well. Second year in a row. On me, Jimmy. On me.
And let's just point one thing out. Even when he says on me, he has to somehow make it not on him. But the second portion of that is I was deciding the number of the money. The bets themselves were as much Greg's as they were mine. I was just deciding, hey, we shouldn't go broke. And Greg, so they weren't my plays; they were our plays. They were my
all right.
monetary.
But if we're gonna be fair, can you at least admit this is you? I'll be like, dude, I really love this one. We got to go bigger on it. You'll be like, I don't know.
That's the whole point when you debate a bet. Like, I don't love it. You love it. Let's figure out what.
Every time it's an underdog, you're like, well, they're not good. Well, no shit. That's why they're getting points.
Right. I understand, but then at the end, Jay says, "Shove the account. This one can't miss. 2 years in a row."
It was my fault 2 years in a row. I talked into Jacksonville that 1 year, which was so bad. So bad.
Put the account on Jacksonville.
Said, I think my exact quote was, I was in Disney. I think my exact quote was, I'll walk back to New York naked if they lose. And, well, not only did they lose, the game was over at halftime.
There was no hope. I don't even remember what this year's was because
I don't either. But I'll give Jimmy credit. No matter how bad a bet's going in our account, he'll always be like, "There's a lot of time left. There's a lot of time left." They'll be 8 minutes to go. We're down by 45. Like,
Master of positivity.
I am, but Greg's the opposite. It'll be 3 minutes into the game. They're cooked. This is over.
I agree.
I get a text. Bet's dead. Dead bet. This game's over. Greg, there's 9 minutes left in the first quarter.
I know. But the good news for me is I'll never cash out. So when they do come back, I'll at least win. Jimmy sometimes will want to hit the panic button.
Yeah. I always look for an angle.
Hey, sorry, you yelled at me last time, but Berger had a birdie like 5 minutes ago, so he's 4 clear of Aberg, Young, and then Morikawa and Body are both at -10.
Oh, Morikawa. All right, come on, Berger. Go triple bogey on something. Go Shane Lowry for us, would you? All right.
Yeah, dude.
What I was going to ask next is the Central. When you look at the NL Central, Cubs 110, Brewers 250. Ryan, again, we'll educate you. The Brewers are good. I know you're going to tell me they suck.
Yeah, I know. I'm a mess.
And then the Reds 5-1.
Honestly, of all the divisions, just so we're clear, this is the one I never pay attention to. I would never have been able to name those 5 teams that are in this division. I'd probably get 3.
I don't pay any attention to them either, Ryan. I don't know that I could name 2 players on any one team.
That's what I'm saying.
I give no shit, but
specifically.
but I do pay attention to the records and the streaks because we're numbers guys. I like a good number. I like looking at them. So yeah, Milwaukee is generally good. They've been good for a few years. I don't know what moves they've made, Greg. To your point, but I probably take them based.
When we fire up the account, I'm going to send you an extra $20 or maybe 30, and you can put this in for us on me. We're going to parlay the Mets to win the East with the Reds to win the Central 14.
Whoa. All right.
Reds take down the Central this year.
I can't believe the Pirates are only 6-1.
Well, they have the best pitcher in the NL.
They have 25 wins right there, potentially.
All right. His ERA was 2.
Yeah, I mean, Skeens is great.
Now,
that's the one player I can name from the team.
Hey, well done. The last division is fucking unbettable. You cannot lay -650 on the Dodgers.
No.
You can't. My eyes go right to the Giants.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll take the Giants 17-1. I'll put $20 on them.
Take the Padres though, because they're around 800, man.
Yeah, I don't trust the Padres.
8-1. Throw, I don't know, a unit.
Machado's old. Everyone else is gone. I don't really like the Padres anymore.
But you're right. I mean, the books that I'm looking at are between -650 and -800. It's like insanity.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, I would. There's no way I'd even wheel it into a parlay because it's not worth it.
Totally.
It's -225. Maybe we could talk.
Do anything.
Yeah.
You want to talk at 225? I'm in. But like, were we kidding? Like, it's crazy. All right, that's all I got.
Hold on. Can we stick with baseball for 1 second?
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't believe I said that out loud.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the NL MVP odds? Just look at that and watch your freaking jaw fall out of your mouth.
I can't. What's Otani?
Yeah, what was here? It's between minus 110 and 135.
He's minus 125 right now in DK.
Yeah, he started out. He started that way last year. What about
Juan Soto's plus 750?
Yeah.
What's Judge? Just to even them out on the AL side.
Plus 225.
And who's right behind him? Big Dumper?
There's a big spread, but around 225.
Yeah, Bobby Witt Jr.
What's he, 7?
550.
No, 550, and then Caleb Raleigh is 800.
That's the Dumper.
Give or take.
Yeah, and Vlad's 13, and it goes down from there.
I tell you what, I would take Bobby Witt, and in the NL, what's the dude from the Reds? Read me the names.
You got Acuna Jr.
No, that's
1,200. You got Tatis at 16.
Ellie De La Cruz?
19.
Yeah, De La Cruz is what?
22.
Plus 3,000.
Love him.
Better.
He'll lead the league in runs scored. I'll tell you that right now.
No. That's significant. It's 30-1.
All right. I'll talk a little NHL in a minute, but I'm going to pass the mic to Jimmy. Jimmy, we got a little pushback from some of our normal listeners about our feeling on the Knicks, where they think we're off base and they're still the best team in the East. Now, I think they suck, and they're down already today.
Talking to a bunch of Knicks fans.
Yeah, exactly. And
they demolished Denver. Wasn't that last night?
Yeah, they demolished Denver with their second best player not playing. Great. Who cares?
Okay.
They lost to the Thunder. They get destroyed every time they play someone good in the East. Look, I think the Celtics are plus 550 to win the finals for a reason. I think they're the best team in the East now. Look what they did to the Cavs today.
Yeah.
Didn't someone get hurt? Didn't someone get hurt? Tatum came back, I saw, but didn't the other guy get hurt?
No.
Can't remember the name. I know I saw it go across today. I'm not joking.
Jaylen Brown?
Brown?
Doesn't happen in
No,
the fourth
there's
quarter.
another name. It's another big guy. I'll look it up for you while we're doing this.
But Jimmy, set them straight.
Yeah, look.
Are the odds correct here in the conference?
Let me pull up the live odds right now.
Well, when I tell you them, you're going to fall over.
Yeah.
Celtics are now down to plus 175 to win the East. Cavs 340, Pistons 400, Knicks 425.
Yeah, I think the Pistons should feel somewhat disrespected in all of this, but I get it. I think that Boston should be the favorite at this point. I can't believe that the Cavs are over the Pistons right now. I know that Harden makes them a lot better. I get the move, but the Pistons have been together all year. They're playing great basketball. The Knicks are, if you way about them being fourth, maybe not. Okay. What have they done against good teams? Nothing, right? And Denver, like you said, and I've been as critical as Denver lately. Denver, it's like the Knicks and Denver are playing. Somebody's got to lose to somebody's got to win against a decent team, right? And that's what happened. But I'm out on both of them. And I would love the Knicks to be the team. I don't know. What have they done to make anybody believe they're going to win the big game?
Yeah.
The only argument I've heard on the radio about anybody is happened last year. We got cooked by Boston in the regular season, and look what we did in the playoffs. Are you going to rely on that? You're going to hope that history repeats itself, and all of a sudden, we're a better team in the playoffs? Could it happen? Sure. I'll be rooting like crazy for it. I'm not rooting against it, but my realistic expectations are they're going to have a really tough time getting out of the second round this year.
Yeah, I when I look at all the bets on the board, again, I'm not crazy enough to just take plus 550. It's not enough in it for me. I'll try to guess this correctly. I'll probably bet it both ways. I like the Celtics Spurs.
I don't hate it. I will say this for the Knicks fans out there. Last thing to say on that. As much as I don't know that they'll do it, this is when I would bet them now that they're plus 425 and they're down the board because they could do it. On paper, they could do it. I think from a betting standpoint.
That's a good take.
Yeah.
Good thought.
From a betting standpoint, I would take the Knicks at 4.25 because they beat the Celtics last year. They could beat them again. The Cavs shouldn't scare you. Harden falls apart in the playoffs. And, maybe Detroit just had more of an edge and had something to prove during the regular season, and you really do have another level. So at 425, I think it's the time you do bet the Knicks. But I'm not confident. I'm not, as an actual from a basketball standpoint, they've got some work to do.
Greg, the answer to your question is Nikola Vucevic, if I said that correctly, broke a finger in his right hand last night.
Not significant.
No, and he could probably come back from that, tape it together.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
All we need to do is grab a board. You can use one hand.
That's what I was thinking about anyway.
Hockey. huge game right now going on in the NHL. Playoff preview probably. Colorado at home, Minnesota. 1-1, 15 minutes to go in the third. Both these teams just these are going to be two tough outs in the playoffs, and they could be on a collision course, like I told you on the last show. Minnesota still 18-1 to win the Cup. I think that's some good value. They are 7.5-1 to win the West. Again, I think some good value. I think it's that. I think if you're going to play someone down the board, you got to play. If you're going to fade the Avalanche, which I wouldn't do, but if you want to do it, you got to go Stars or Wild, I would think. You can't do Jimmy. We can't do it again with the Oilers. They just don't have goaltending.
How they can't just find? Yeah, I know they're not easy to find. Right? I get it, but my God, make a trade, do something, mortgage the future to win now.
And your problem this year for everyone else in the league is Colorado does have goaltending. That's what makes them scary.
Yeah.
And like right now they are 3-1 to win it all, which it creeped up a little bit. I think.
Yeah, it was lower than that before, right?
Oh yeah, it sure was. Now could be the time. Now could be the time to pounce on them. 3-1 if you like them. Let's see if they have the exact result. They do. Let's see. What we have to do is we got to find somebody who we like in the East that isn't the Lightning. First, that'd be a good one. Let's see what that is.
It's unbelievable that I like to see the Sabres good finally.
If we take the Avs, see that's the bet. Avs over the Sabres, 35-1. I'm going to play that later.
Yeah, because you've got Tampa at 175 and Carolina at 205 to win the conference, and then the Sabres drop all the way to 800.
Yep, I like that. I like that a lot. You?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the Lightning, based on nothing.
I don't think it is. They came out of the break and just looked fucking awful, Jimmy.
Yeah, there's 6-4 in the last 10. Won a game. We'll see. See what happens.
4 in a row out of the break. They lost 4 in a row out of the break.
But they won their last game.
Oh, great! Congratulations. They're going to win one eventually.
Colorado went through that streak too, where we said, "Hey, whoa!" We thought they were going to be the best team of all time, and then it kind of slowed down. And look, I didn't have a huge. I don't think anybody had big. What was Tampa's odds of making the finals at the beginning of the year? They must have been down the board.
Oh, they were second.
Were they second?
Oh, third. It was Hurricanes, Panthers, Hurricanes. Them. Let me see. If we parlayed, they don't let you. That's weird. They let you. Oh yeah, they do. Oh no, they won't let you parlay exact results in both the NHL and the NBA. I don't like that.
Why?
2-1 Wild. Wow. Wild go 2 goals quickly, and get a shorty. All right. I don't know. There's certain things they block, and that's one of them. They said you're not doing that here. All right. Ryan kind of wasn't here on the last show. Jimmy, any other NFL news that has popped in the last couple of days we got to be aware of?
Not that I saw. It was all coming fast and furious there for a minute, but I haven't heard much in the last couple of days. My mind's been in the college basketball and the MMA world for a change, but let me pull it up. Let's see if there's anything that we missed that seems wild or we stay on top of our shit.
I'll throw it to Ryan, just get his take because he wasn't on the full show last time. Are you happy Diggs is gone with all his bullshit, or are you...
I don't know, man. It was really weird when he had the pink baggie at the beginning of the season and just started kind of funny. It seemed like he fit in. He was a leader. There's no question in a few of those games that he was the guy on the sidelines kind of creating positivity, like lots of energy. So I don't have a problem with him. The game moves on. If the team who I respect at this point, feels like it's time to move, then let's move him. The one thing we definitely missed, though, Max Crosby's coming to Baltimore, if you didn't see that. That happened.
Did it happen?
Yeah.
Oh,
what was that? It's not making. Yeah, I didn't see any news about that at all.
Wait a second. Yeah, I'm positive.
They were talking about. It might have happened. I just missed it. That's coming a lot. They were talking about. Last news is that they were saying that LA or Las Vegas won 2 first-rounders.
Pulled off one of the biggest trades of the offseason by landing Max Crosby from the Vegas Raiders. Baltimore had to give up 2 first-round picks. Yeah, that's it. So it's 2 first-rounders for him.
Wow.
Becomes official as the league opens on March 11th.
5 hours ago. Yeah, Max leaves. Khalil Mack resigned for a year.
I'm not crazy. You guys said that. I'm like, I thought you would know that one.
No, well, we brought it up. We had it on our notes that they were searching for 2 first-rounders from somewhere. It sounds like they got them.
Yeah.
Wow.
What year is it? Is it this year's first round? Because this year would be they didn't make the playoffs.
It just said 2 first-round picks in the article I was reading. So
Yeah, I mean, this year's first round in Baltimore is the best first round pick they've had in a while, outside of a trade. Because
sure.
when was the last time they weren't in the playoffs or were this far
Right.
down the standing? Right.
It was a long time ago, if I remember.
Yeah. Wow. They did it.
That's a big one.
Good call.
All right. Let's do it. Jimmy, it's time
Yeah,
for
Baltimore's 2026 and 2027, so they'll have this year's pick and next year's.
time for some college hoops. I don't know where you want to start, Jimmy. You want to start with this week? You want to start with what happened yesterday with UConn?
Ugh.
UConn.
We'll get to them more in bracketology in a minute.
Can you say overrated?
Oh, my God. There's only so many ways you can spell it. I'll spell it for you. UCON.
Men's.
Listen, man, with them,
Yes.
you're
The
suggesting
women's-
Kentucky, Florida.
Women's are juiced a little bit too much for my liking to win the women's championship. They'll stub their toe. I'll be fading them, too. Can't wait.
Yeah, UConn.
Have
Going to
you watched
Marquette.
their players? I mean, have you watched this team this year? It is beyond insanity.
Yeah, I've
They've got
watched them.
some other freshman who's like 6'5", who may end up better than Sarah Strong, who's only a sophomore, who's also just a monster. She won Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Big East Player of the Year, and some other thing. It's ridiculous. And they have the most steals in Division I currently.
I don't give a shit. Minus 270 versus
No,
plus
I'm not saying
600.
bet it.
Plus 600 on a team that, for me, can play with UConn and UCLA. I'll take UCLA all day.
I would go South Carolina before UCLA, but I don't know what the odds are.
Let me tell you about Let me just tell you a little bit about UConn men's basketball.
Go ahead.
And they lost a just world beater in Creighton this year.
Awesome.
500 ball club. That was fantastic. Yesterday they went to the powerhouse of 2025-2026, 11 and 19. Now 12 and 19 Marquette. Right.
And remember, we told you they could get in for you can get in for $7. By the way, that South Carolina team you love is down 17 in their conference final right now.
Unbelievable. Then they lost. They lost to Arizona, and they lost to St. John's, right?
They lost.
I don't recall, to be honest.
Yeah. So Arizona and St. John's not bad losses, but you can't forgive Marquette. You can't forgive Creighton if you're a great team. I don't. Yeah, and look, they had other games that were very, very close that shouldn't have been. So
you can't. But as I was telling Greg before you got on today, when we were off, I mean, they just have talent. They have world-class talent, and so does Kentucky, and so does Florida. And I know Florida's ranked higher, and I don't know where Kentucky's actually ranked relative to UConn, but like they just have excellent players, and they can perform at a high level. Whether they choose to or not, it's a choice. I have no idea. If like they eat something funny that day and it works, I have no idea. But it's a different game when those teams are on.
Alex Caravan played 40 minutes at 2 points versus Marquette.
Put up a deuce. That world-class player put up a deuce against one of the worst teams in college basketball. I'm telling you right now, I can't wait to fade this team in the Big East tournament and the NCAA tournament. They have zero chance of winning the Big East, which we'll get to soon. I love that.
You said that already. Yeah.
We have a conference tournament this week. That's what I'm talking about. And they won't win.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see who beats them. I'll say
we don't have any of the we don't have any of the lines up for you yet, do we?
We don't have futures yet, but I'll bring up the team rankings and where they put them because most of the seeding is locked in.
Got it.
Right now, I'm got my eye on this Avalanche game because I think this is right here. If the Avalanche can show they can come back against a great team at home, I think this is a statement game. All right. We want to start with the conference tournaments this week, and then we'll go to bracketology. Jimmy, does that work for you? So conference tournaments we got to talk about we'll start right there with the Big East. So Big East, Madison Square Garden. UConn claims it's their second home. I don't know. I think it's St. John's second home, but that's fine. Our 1 seed is not UConn, by the way. It is St. John's. Yep. So look, I look at this board. I look at the probability. I'll tell you right now, the odds are not out yet. I haven't seen them anywhere because there must be a Big East game today that's closing out. That's why we can't get these odds. I am going to target. I'm going to have Jimmy target for me. St. John's or Villanova to win this tournament.
Yeah, I like it. I think either one could happen. Where did you find the bracket? What site are you using for these individuals?
Oh, team rankings. I just go on to team rankings. Gives you probability on who they think is going to win. Like predictions, conference tournaments. It's right there. They give Connecticut a 42% chance to win in a basically 66% chance to get to the actual finals on Saturday. They give St. John's basically a little better odds to get to the championship game. They're virtually the same. And then Villanova, because Villanova and UConn, if it stayed chalk, would meet in the semis. And I could see Nova knocking them off Friday night at Madison Square Garden, Jimmy.
Yeah, that would be I could see it. We thought Nova was going to beat them last game, but like I said, they were coming off of the previous, and we were going to Vegas. Like, maybe not now. Maybe that was the wrong call because they're gonna get back versus Nova, and they did.
Well, I just want to point out that UConn just lost to a team that has a 0.69% chance of winning the Big East.
Correct.
Holy crap!
Right.
Yeah. Because they're not a good basketball team this year. They were decent last year. Marquette was decent last year. They're not that good this year.
Well, Creighton's got 2.48. It's close.
That's great. This tournament is really about three teams: Villanova, St. John's, and UConn. Those are your three teams. One of those three is going to win it, and I do not believe it will be UConn this year.
Seton Hall's had a decent year. I mean, they could, we can't bet them, or you can bet them. I can't bet them. Hopefully it's not Seton Hall, St. John's, because then we're just hosed.
I don't think Seton Hall could knock off a Creighton, then a St. John's, then a UConn or Nova. I don't think they can go on that 3-game stretch.
Probably right.
What a freaking shot. 2-2 in the Avs game. Unbelievable, this team. Top to bottom, this team is ridiculous. All right, so let's lock it in. My pick, I'm gonna eat. Well, it's not gonna be chalk, but with the seeding, it's chalk. I'm gonna eat chalk. I'm gonna say the Johnnies finally do it. Rick Pitino gets a conference championship here.
I like it.
Jimmy's in with the Johnnies. Ryan, you're gonna.
Yeah, I'll go with it based on just what you guys have said. I've listened to you for a year and a half on that stuff.
All right. I like how you quickly threw in the towel on UConn. That makes me like you a lot better.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I didn't throw in the towel. I think they potentially could win. They potentially could lose their first game by 20. I really believe that. And I think the same thing for Florida. And I haven't watched as much Kentucky.
Florida, no. Kentucky, fine. Florida's not gonna. No.
I can't believe how good Florida is this
Florida's
year.
the hottest. Florida might go back. Florida's the hottest.
I get it, but they have had some disappointing games in the beginning of the season for me.
Yeah, but not
so
since
sour. I know lately they've been better. I'm just saying they're that good. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, not since Christmas.
Fair enough.
All right, Jimmy, you know what? We're going to go right to it because I'm just going to kind of run these down how I wrote them down. Big Ten. Big Ten.
All right. I mean,
we don't have seeding yet because the Big Ten's not final yet. There's games today, but most likely Michigan's the one, right? I don't think Michigan can't be the one at this point.
That's what they said.
Illinois.
because they've won the regular season already outright.
Right. So Michigan's the
even
one.
if they lose today. Yeah.
So we won't see Michigan until the quarterfinals, the way this tournament goes. So they won't play in that, whatever. I think they do a round. There's 2 rounds before you get to the quarters, right? There's a double bye.
Yeah.
This is like the old Big East tournament.
There's a double
right?
bye.
There's a double bye. So you got Michigan State, Nebraska, Michigan, and most likely Illinois get the double bye.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't count, but that's a lot of teams. 17?
So 4 teams get the double bye.
Yeah. How would you feel like if you're these bottom 4, Oregon, Rutgers, Maryland, and Penn State, having a 0% chance to win, like posted, and then the bottom 2 even have a 0% chance of making the championship game? Like, how would that make you feel? Like, I don't know. That's just rough to like see on paper, or digitally.
I mean, look, it's an 18-team conference. It's a super conference. What are you going to do? I mean,
Penn State has a 0.16% chance to make the quarters. 0.16.
They're not that good.
They're not good.
No, it's not that good. It's not 1 million, but it's not that good.
Again, the odds aren't up because there's shit going on today. I wish they were. And again, we'll update this on our Thursday show when we'll have live odds, hopefully in front of us. I'm going to assume Michigan will be, if Florida and Arizona are odds on, I'm going to assume Michigan would be too. I'm going to say Michigan's probably minus 150 to minus 200 to win this conference tournament.
And they should win the They showed me something against Illinois, right, on the road. I don't think Illinois can beat them. I really don't. Illinois gave all they could handle at the beginning of the game. That crowd was in it. It was like, oh shit, and Michigan won that game very well on the road. Michigan State, Nebraska, could they stub their toe against? I would say one of those 2 teams. People will say Purdue, but I would probably lay the money and take Michigan.
I can't I got to see what the number is. But if this number is where I think it's going to be, I don't think I can. I don't know if I can take Michigan. I'd rather just not bet the future here and just kind of look game to game and try to pick my spots. But if you're saying, hey, what future would you lock into? I'm going to look what the number is on Nebraska, especially if they win later today and beat Iowa. I think I'm going to look at Nebraska and maybe get 8-1-ish, and maybe that's where I fire. I don't like, to Jimmy's point, I don't really trust Illinois. They can score, but I don't know if they can play D when they need to down the stretch. I don't trust Purdue. I think Michigan State is Michigan is a bad matchup for Michigan State. So Nebraska is kind of where my eyes go.
I don't hate that. Yeah, in Illinois, number 1 offense against a Michigan number 2 defense. That really came to light in that game. Defense really stepped up. I don't hate the Nebraska pick. They've looked a lot better early in the year, but they're also a really good defensive team. So that's where that they can come in, and that would be an underweighting to happen. I'd imagine the number would be low.
Yeah,
and we'll see Michigan State. We'll get our second view of that very shortly here.
And look, the one thing we've learned is those rims at the United Center are not kind. Those are unforgiving rims. They're very tight.
Well, let's go Michigan.
All right. Big 12, and we do have odds for this, Jimmy. Where do your eyes go in the Big 12?
Let me pull up the odds for it.
Arizona minus 105. Then it jumps to Houston 2-1. Iowa State 750. Kansas 8-1. Texas Tech 16-1. Cincy 45-1. BYU 120-1. Then everybody else. I guess TCU, if you really think they're good, 16-1. Then it's everybody else.
So I like Iowa State or Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech, we can't figure out that.
I knew you were going to say Texas Tech.
Did you get beat up today? I think I just lost something.
No, they came back and won yesterday. They pulled it out. They looked like they were right. Didn't they come back? Or no, BYU. Did BYU end up winning that game?
No, they lost.
Did BYU come back?
82-76.
Yeah, they were winning the beginning. BYU made the comeback because we talked about being on BYU.
Hurt my brain.
Texas Tech was losing to every good team at the beginning of the year. Then the middle of the season, they came on and they started winning against every top ranked opponent they were playing. And now they're sort of falling back off. But they're a very good team. And I think Iowa State's really good as well. I don't think Kansas has a snowball's chance in hell to win this thing.
We all agree there, I believe.
Yeah. And I'm not going to chalk it with Arizona. So I wouldn't bet Arizona. So if you want to throw Houston in there too, if you want it, what was Houston, 250?
200.
200. Yeah.
250, 200.
Yeah, you could do that, but I might take a little bit of a flyer here and go. I'm going to land on Iowa State. I'm going to take Iowa.
I hate when we align, but we aligned on this one. That's where I am too. Iowa State in the Ken Pom is not far back at all. I mean, they're 7, and you look at their defensive rating is 7th in the country, and when you play on neutral court, defense is a huge thing. I'm not betting Kansas. I'm not betting Texas Tech. If I was going to take an absolute flyer, it would be BYU. But the problem with BYU is they can't play fucking defense. They have to do what they did last night, which terrible loss, Jimmy, for your Texas Tech squad. I know I was watching this. You were watching the UFC. You can't get up by 15, 16 points on the road and let BYU just dominate you for the last 25 minutes of the game. It's a terrible job. Yeah. BYU, though, 120-1 could be worth a $10 play to win 1,200. I'll tell you that right now. I don't. Cincinnati's. I think they should be in the tournament. I think they are in the tournament. I think Lenardi has them in. We'll look in a sec. Oh, maybe we'll look.
No, they're first 4.
They're a tournament team. I don't know how they're not in. TCU 16-1. All right. Not playing Arizona, not playing Houston. I'm with Jimmy. I'm going Iowa State. Ryan, anything here for you?
No, not really, honestly. I mean, I just think Arizona's always done well, but Houston, if they're similar to last year, they move fast, they play an exciting game. You can't really count them out.
They always play tough defense, too.
Yeah, that's probably who I'd lay my money on to win.
All right. This one's going to be a huge juice to the favorite, and that is Duke when we get these odds. I don't know if they're out yet, Jimmy. Let me see. I don't see ACC odds yet. Duke, they give them a 70% chance to win, followed by Louisville, who's the 6th seed. Virginia, the 2. North Carolina's got no shot. Their best players cook. And then Miami.
Greg, explain that, how the 6th seed can be like so high. Is that just because they lost like non-conference games?
No, they lost conference games, but They're rated high. Their strength of schedule was tough, and they're viewed as the second best team in the ACC. Now, I don't agree with it. I think Virginia is the second best team in the ACC, followed by Miami. I think the 1, 2, and 3, the way they're seeded, are the 3 best teams, and then Louisville. Okay. Once again, the only way I'm betting Duke is if me and Jimmy have a conversation with the Who You Got account, and he's like, "We got to parlay Michigan and Duke." That's about the only way I'm playing this.
Yeah, and I wouldn't do it.
Exactly, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. In this, again, I think you could talk me into taking decent odds on Virginia or Miami.
Yeah, I mean, Louisville just went to Miami and won yesterday.
Yeah, but did you see how they won?
No, I know I did, and
they had an 18-point lead, and Miami came all the way back and tied it.
Yeah, which they should. I mean, it was at the U, and North Carolina, Ryan. I mean,
I don't care if it was on the moon. They were up 18.
Higher because it's based on the team in totality. But now that they've lost their best player, they're going to have worse odds to win the whole thing. They're done. Yeah, this is if Duke doesn't win this tournament, I'd actually be more worried about them in the big dance because they'd be pissed and they'd be coming for something. I hope they win this. They go in riding high, thinking highly of themselves.
I just want to point this out. 365 days ago, we said the same thing with Cooper Flagg and his running mate, and they lost in the quarterfinals to NC State.
Yeah, fair.
So you want to give me? We got to see what the prices are when they come out, Jimmy. But again, for me, if you like to eat chalk, and look, no disrespect, if you like to bet favorites, they should win these tournaments. You got to parlay Duke and Michigan together at sites that let you do it. You got to. That's the only way you can bet this. Or you got to go down the board like we were talking about, and you take someone like a Virginia or Miami. You can't take North Carolina. I don't fault anyone who wants to take Louisville, but I just don't like their seeding. The 6th seed, they're going to have a tough road in. Because SMU they're not world beaters by any stretch, but SMU on a neutral court, what's Louisville going to be favored by 6, 5? It's going to be a tough game. And that's assuming SMU wins their first game. That's my point. This is all neutral site. All right.
Yeah, I do agree with you though. I would avoid or wheel it with Michigan.
We got to do it because I told you I love this tournament. Mountain West in Vegas, Jimmy, Utah State, 34% chance to win, followed by San Diego State. I told you on our last show, I don't know, something tells me San Diego State is going to be right there. I don't trust New Mexico. I really don't trust Boise. I give Grand Canyon a little shot here because they are tournament tested. Coming in, this might be their first year in this conference. But Grand Canyon, I like that team. But I lean San Diego State.
This is the most parity we've seen. And it seems like a bunch of people have a shot.
You're getting plus 320 on San Diego State. Grand Canyon is 475. I don't like Utah State plus 230, Jimmy.
Yeah, I don't love it. I mean, look, I haven't watched a ton. I did watch the San Diego State New Mexico game last Saturday. The last minute of that game took 15 minutes in real time. The game just wouldn't end, and San Diego State pulled through. I'm sorry, New Mexico pulled through. Right. But then they went and they lost the next 2 games, Colorado State, and then to Utah State. I was really hoping the Lobos would get in. They're right now first 4 out. I know we're going to talk about that. So I'd like to see a win because then they'd get in. But I agree. San Diego State historically plays great defense and great defense.
Give me the Canyon. I just looked at some numbers. Give me the Canyon plus 475.
Take the Canyon.
Their first year in the Mountain. I think correct me if I'm wrong. First year in the Mountain West, right? This is the year they joined.
Which one of us can correct you on that one?
I'm pretty sure this is Grand Canyon's first year because they made the tournament a couple of years, and I think it was coming out of their old conference. Give me Grand Canyon to plus 475. I just like the school. By the way, they're a good baseball school too. For those of you who don't know. All right, give me the Canyon. Ryan, who are you going with? Utah State? It's okay. Someone needs to take the favorite. Save us.
I don't like that.
I'm gonna go San Diego
State.
All right.
San Diego State or the Lobos, but I'll go San Diego State because I generally sort of root for them from afar.
Next one up, because you got to. We're gonna get to the SEC last, but you got to talk about these two because if you're getting crushed on Championship Saturday, which many of us have been there before, you're gonna bet the Big West and the WAC because they start at 10 p.m. and midnight, so you're gonna do it. So give me in the Big West. I love that this is plus money, Jimmy, because I didn't think it would be. Plus 165. I'm eating ants. Give me UC Irvine. Big. Big. Ryan saw what I bet on Northern Iowa. Ryan, this is going to match it. I'm going to put the same amount you saw, I bet, on Northern Iowa, which Ryan will confirm. Just shake your head, Ryan. It was a lot, right? It was a lot. So I am going big on the Anteaters, and I'll have my jersey on Thursday night for you.
We'll go down a little farther. We're going with Santa Barbara.
Jesus Christ.
UCSB.
Name me one player on Santa Barbara, and we'll listen to you.
Can't. No, I'm just doing it. Can't do it.
Honesty is the best policy, Greg.
It's true.
It's not because I don't want to. It's because I don't know.
But why don't you want to eat some ants? If you're going to eat ants, then go with Hawaii at least. At least Hawaii's got a chance.
Yeah. HAWA.
What are they? The Green Wave? What the hell are they? That's Tulane. What's Hawaii?
They'll always be the Rainbow Warriors to me.
Oh, that's right.
But now they're just the Warriors.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. UCSD.
Your boy Young did a really good shot.
Very well known.
15-foot birdie putt.
All right. Ryan's checked out for the Big West, but I like Irvine. Give me Irvine, Jimmy. We're going against each other.
They're
Santa
playing
Barbara,
at the Forum in Henderson. We can go back and visit.
Go to Henderson.
Eric from Vegas.
I love.
Yeah,
I would
right
love.
there. Isn't that where we stayed? I think it is.
Close to it, yeah.
All right, and then you gotta talk about the WAC because that's the midnight one. So I hope Jimmy's got a pick in the WAC. Utah Valley plus 105, Cal Baptist plus 155, and then the rest. I don't think it's going to be the rest. I think it's going to be one of those two teams. I'm partial to Utah Valley. I know it's the chalk, but they've made me money in the past, and I'm not going to desert them when they're having their best year. Give me the Valley plus 105. I'll parlay. Maybe I'll parlay the Valley with Michigan.
I mean, yeah.
Jimmy, that might be a play for us. We might parlay the Valley with
that idea.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about anybody in the WAC. There's legendary teams such as Tarleton State, Southern Utah, and Abilene Christian.
Don't forget about Cal Baptist.
Hold on. See, you can't be just spouting off on the mouth like that when you don't know things.
I don't know things.
Abilene Christian had a big upset in the tournament about 6 years ago.
So 6 years ago, with players that have since moved on and graduated.
Still the history of the school.
Yeah, I got it. But I don't remember them. I know the name. That's how I know the name. It just says ABL Christian. I knew it was Abilene Christian.
You know who I really miss? Yeah, I really miss like the late early 2000s when Butler was good and I could yell the Butler did it when they would upset everybody. I miss that. Yeah. I miss those days. All right, so Jimmy has no pick. It's fine. We're gonna go with the Valley, and I'm gonna tell you let's parlay the Valley, Michigan, and Duke.
The Valley, Michigan.
Probably get plus 250. I can live with that.
If I can insert a quick golf update, Badia just came within 2. He's minus 13. Berger's still minus 15. Berger's on the 12th. Badia's on the 13th.
Where's Young? Minus 11 still?
12 on the 12th.
Right.
No, on the 13th. Excuse me.
All right, Cameron. All right. Last conference before we get into the ridiculousness of Joe Lunardi is the SEC. I'm sorry. I know they're good, Jimmy. I know they're good. But I cannot lay minus 180 with Florida. I can't do it.
No, I wouldn't either because there's just too many good teams to that could be in their way. They're going to have 3 difficult games to win it all, right? There's not going to be any cupcake sitting in front of them. So I would not lay money on anyone here. I will tell you who I'd probably play, and it sort of goes against what we've talked about, but just because I think they can be great, they just drop the ball, is Arkansas. So I'm going to go with probably the 3rd pick on the board. Calipari gets it done, makes his move.
See, they're the 2nd pick on the board with plus 600. But yeah, see, so what I'm going to go against everything I always say, and that's, you got to have a good defense to win this. If I'm looking at this board, I think the best value is Bama, the way they've kind of closed out the season, plus 850. I like Arkansas. You could talk me into 6-1 on Arkansas. I don't hate it, but they're so up and down and so unpredictable. At least we know the one thing we know about Bama is they're going to score points every game.
Yeah. No, you're right. Hey, and if you want to take a flyer somewhere down the line, what is Auburn?
I'm putting money on Kentucky. 45-1, I think they were, or something crazy.
But what's Auburn's crazy number on this?
Kentucky's 45. Auburn is 180-1.
Because we're going to talk about Lunardi's madness and all the madness out there.
We'll segue right now because Jimmy kind of segued us right into it. Yeah. Lunardi and pundits claim that Auburn is the greatest 16-15 team of all time. Can there
Everybody is saying
Jimmy,
that.
Can there be a greatest 16-15 team of all
No,
time?
but they won't shut up about how they deserve to be in, and they're in, and they're not on. They're not even a bubble team. Well, they are. But they're first 4 in, and okay, they're 16. If they're that good, then let's put them in here. Let's put a couple of bucks. Put $10 on them at 180 to 1 to win this tournament. If they're that good, if they're that good that they deserve the dance, then hey, maybe I'll take a small flyer on them and see if we can get a big one home.
They're going to get their, in my opinion, they are going to get their ever-loving dicks kicked in if they're in that 11 game by anyone they play. Right now, it's projected VCU. I would take VCU all day.
Yeah, I think Auburn is. Yeah, look, they've had a tough schedule because they play in the SEC. So is everybody else in the SEC.
Right, exactly. So does everybody else in the SEC and the Big Ten and the Big 12 and the 3 best conferences in the country.
Yeah. The fact that we have the Indiana one pisses me. Indiana's projected to be one of the first 4 out. I would much rather see Indiana 18-3, more balanced team. Auburn has the stronger offense. They can't play defense. Yes, a tougher schedule, but Indiana's had a pretty tough schedule too, right? I'd much rather see Indiana get in than Auburn.
I'm with you.
We were talking about the Big East, and the bottom 4 had, what, a 0% chance? In the SEC, just from a parity point of view, no one has a 0% chance. Like, that's kind of cool, right? Like, you're that good, you play that much strength of schedule, etc.
There's
like,
a handful that have
0%.
basically a 0% chance. But to your point, yes, they didn't.
I know,
give it 0.
but you get the idea, right? Like,
yeah.
So those guys are killing each other out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, we're gonna go with what Jimmy was talking about. Last 4 in. Santa Clara has to be in. Like I said before, they have to be in. I know they're in the West Coast Conference. They're a good team. I can live with SMU not getting in or getting in. I can live with VCU getting in or not getting in. Auburn cannot get in. And I'm telling you right now.
Unless they win their tournament.
Well, they're not going to win it. If Miami of Ohio.
They're going to put Auburn in, though.
If Miami of Ohio loses their conference tournament and does not get into the big dance and Auburn does, we got a real big problem we got to address.
Mm-hmm.
Then we need to go to 2 different tournaments.
I agree. I said at the last show, if going undefeated doesn't get you into the tournament, then they should be in D2.
Well,
yeah. It's not a bad point, but the double-A thing drives me. Just make a different tournament for however you want to play it, but it shouldn't be the same tournament.
No, but it still should be a national like a legit national championship. It shouldn't be like this downgraded championship like they are sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, let's kind of run through his bracket here. Duke, Michigan, Florida, Zona. Right now, he has the 1 seeds. I got 0 issue with that.
Nope, I think that's right.
What do you think, Jimmy? I'll let you go first. How do you feel about the 2 seeds?
Well, it's twofold here because the fact that UConn is a 2 seed seems ridiculous, but then I get excited. I'm like, well, they're a 2 seed theoretically in Michigan's bracket, so I'm good with it.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously.
Right. But yeah, and so like that makes me real happy. I look at that and say, oh, so our 2 seed is UConn, huh? And our 3rd seed is Purdue, a team that we can beat. Virginia doesn't scare me as the 4 seed. I mean, the way that shapes up, I feel really good for Michigan. But I can't. Yeah, they should be a 4 seed at this point to me. But maybe I'm just a hater.
I mean, at an absolute minimum, they should be on the 3 line.
Yeah, there you go.
At an absolute.
I'm surprised Michigan State's a 2 as well.
Yeah, they're 9 in Ken Palm. What? I mean, I don't know, man. Duke and Michigan seem to have this all lined up. One of them's going to win. That's what it seems like.
6 games.
It's just so you could be right. There's just so much that goes wrong. I mean, last year we got all 1s in the Final Four, right? Like it did happen. It went complete chalk. But you got to imagine something's gonna shake.
I think something's gonna shake up. Look, Duke, Michigan. Look, they got it right now. I have no problem with Michigan State being a 2 because I think they're better than Purdue. Right now in Ken Palm, Gonzaga, UConn, Nebraska should be your 3s.
Yeah, and you got Gonzaga as a 3 theoretically, Nebraska as a 3, so that's all lining up.
So I mean, I don't have a problem with that. When I look at it, all right, I don't have a problem with a lot of the teams he has in. St. Louis should definitely be in. They're an 8 seed. Iowa, he's got on the 9 line. TCU on the 9 line. No problem there.
Back to Auburn, they're 39 on Ken Palm.
Yeah, that's because
of strength of schedule.
Of schedule.
That's what I was saying. They're beating each other up.
Yeah.
He's got Nova as a 7, which I have a little problem with, but all right, I'll deal. I think I don't think the Big East is good. I think Nova's a 10 seed at best. Arkansas on the 5 line, I'm good with. Vandy on the 5 line, I'm good with. Clemson has an 8. That's very generous in my opinion. UCLA has a 9. I think is a generous. I don't like Louisville on the 6 line. Kentucky is definitely not a 6. They should be an 8 at this point. I think that sucks for the 1 seed. I think that's why they're doing it. I don't think they want the 1 or the 2 to have to play Kentucky in the second round if that happens. I'm okay with Gonzaga on the 3. And then we kind of talked about, let's talk first 4 out. You already talked about Indiana. Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech versus the first 4 in. You have a problem with Virginia Tech being left out, Jimmy?
I mean, I don't have a problem with Santa Clara or VCU getting in over them. They both have much better records. They're ranked very similar in offensive defense. Virginia Tech's strength schedule is better, but I don't have a problem. They're just Auburn would be where it would come to. But I guess at that point they don't have a killer record where you can make this major argument against it. So I don't have a huge problem there.
The only team in the first 4 out besides Indiana that I'm like is Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati is actually a pretty decent team.
They are, and they played a tough schedule too.
And they have played a tough schedule. So if you're telling me Cincinnati, Auburn, Cincinnati, VCU, Cincinnati, SMU, I would take Cincinnati.
Yeah, I agree. I would probably boot VCU and put Cincinnati in. I'd leave SMU in.
All right, let's end the show right here. March 8th, we're going to obviously change this when we do our Thursday show, and then definitely change it Selection Sunday when we actually see the brackets. Right now, give me your Final 4, boys. Who's your Final 4?
Ryan, you want to take the lead? Or you want me to go first?
It was Duke, Michigan, Florida.
Good. Is your mouth dry from the chalk, or I'm just curious?
What's that?
Do you need a drink of water from all that chalk you're eating, or?
No, thank you though.
All
right. I'll give you mine. I'm going to go Michigan, obviously. Then I'll give you from the bottom bracket. They get hot. Texas Tech comes out of the West.
Okay.
So I'm taking Texas Tech out of the West. The South is really difficult because Florida is such a good 1 seed. But do I think they're going to make the Final 4, make that run again, or do I think they're going to get upset? I think they're going to make it pretty far, but I don't know. I just don't know. And I'm not going to go far down the board here. I want to give you Arkansas, but they've got to play Florida earlier. So I'm going to go a little further down, and I'm going to give you the 2 seed in Houston. And then on top, what are you going to do? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with 2 in Michigan State. Duke's not making it. We're going to get Michigan State. We're going to have 2 2s, a 4, and a 1 in the Final 4.
Nice. FYI, Burger's got a massive fried egg here on the 13th. Like, it's deep.
I like that. All right.
I got to tell you, I think they might get stopped. The only I really do like Iowa State. That's the only one that I can.
All right. What's your Final 4? My God.
I'm changing it. I'm Iowa State, Michigan, Texas Tech, Houston. That's
and
it.
Ryan, you're basically all ones. Is that what you are?
What's that?
You're Duke, Michigan, Florida, and who?
Zona, probably.
All right, so you're all chalk. I'm going to take Michigan.
I agree.
I'm going to go Michigan as the only 1 seed to make it to the Final 4. We're going based on the Nardi's projections right now. Out of the East, I'm going to take Alabama. So Michigan, Bama. Really hard to pick against. Florida. But I just don't know who.
And that's where I was. I can see Arkansas. I can see them getting hot too. But I'm sticking with Houston.
All right, I'm gonna go with. I hate it. I'm going with 2 1s. Florida makes it, and then I think the West is where it's gonna get funny. Give me. I'm looking at these projections right now. By the way, no shock here. Colorado wins in a shootout. Can you guess who won the shootout? Nathan McKinnon, obviously. Give me. You know what? I'm gonna take a flyer, a big flyer. Give me a 10 seed. Give me Texas A&M. Make the Final 4.
It's good.
Right.
You should check out Burger's next shot. It's brutal.
Well, Colorado gets through 3-2. Wow, great win. All All right, that's how we'll end the show. That's our Final Four for right now. Obviously, it's going to change. I don't really think Texas A&M is going to make the Final Four. I just thought I'd throw that out there. It'd be funny. We will see you on Thursday night, boys. So hopefully, Ryan, hopefully we'll be able to join the crew that on Thursday night. We'll probably start a little later in the evening so we can get a little feel on how the conference tournaments are going. They'll all be kind of in their second round. Then Friday, we'll have the semifinals of the Big East and I think the quarters of the SEC. SEC, Big Ten, end on Sunday, Jimmy. So we'll have to give an update there. And then we will have a Selection Sunday show starting I'll post it probably 9, 10 o'clock at night because we're going to record right after the brackets get released. And me and Jimmy we'll give ourselves, Jimmy, 30 minutes to kind of soak it in, and then we'll break it down for you. All right, we're looking forward to talking to you Thursday. Jimmy, any final words?
Best time of year.
Best time of year. Send in your questions, your comments, your Final Fours. I'll read them. I'd like to know who you think's going to make the Final Fours. Let's go make some money this conference tournament week. We'll talk to you Thursday.